welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my god. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it is your first time here, be sure to press that like button, subscribe, as well as leave a comment down below, and also press the notification bell. If it isn't your first time, hello, welcome back, thank you for tuning in. Leave a comment down below as well as like this video. So today we are in another location yet again. I feel like in all my videos I'm in a different location of my house. By soon enough you'll know what my entire house looks like, which is not really good, but hey. So today's video is part 2 of Journey to a Better You, a segment that I started basically just understanding and spending time to getting to know ourselves. I posted a video last week, which was the first video. If you haven't seen it, I will be sure to like link it on this video, if not down in the description box below. But yeah, so today is part 2. Initially I was going to carry on doing this outside, but if you live in England, one day it's summer, next day it's raining, the next day it's gray, and this entire week has just been gray, so it hasn't been great for me to go outside and film because ain't nobody trying to catch a cold. I'm even drinking a hot drink, like what is this? But you know what, we're not complaining. So yeah, today is part 2. Again, if you haven't seen part 1, I would really recommend you to do so. But anyway, throughout this entire journey you're going to need a journal to just keep track of your progress and just keep track of the journey in itself. So last week we stopped at describing who we are. So the title was who am I, and I advised everyone to just, you know, write everything that described them. And let me tell you guys, I went in. Your girl went in. Like I literally wrote an entire page, pretty much 3 pages. But I went in, and that was the whole purpose of it. I didn't want to hold back. I didn't want to overthink it. I just went ahead and expressed myself. So yeah, so if you are joining our journey today, watch the first video and then start the journey by describing who you are. And yeah, so today's video is going to be about self-reflection. Like I mentioned in my last video, it's going to be about self-reflection, looking at strengths and weaknesses, and also just looking at solutions and how we can use our strengths and how we can improve our weaknesses. So the reason why I want to look at this is because in order to know yourself, you need to know what you're good at. You need to know your qualities, and you need to know what you need to improve, which are your weaknesses. You need to know where you're lacking, basically. And the reason why I think this is important, whether it's professionally, personally, or socially, it's just very good to know what you're good at, so that you can be confident in doing the things you're good at. And of course, I have the clipboard with me, the very famous clipboard with all the notes on it, so that I don't forget anything. So basically, I'm gonna start with talking about your strengths and then weaknesses as well. So your strengths are basically the things that you're very good at and you're very confident at. So if you are patient, creative, confident, hardworking, like they basically are your good qualities. It's very important to know your good qualities so that you know where your strengths are and you know what you can do without having to rely on anybody else. So if you know your strength, whether it's at work, at school, in your personal life, it will help you to, know and accept yourself and like your unique qualities. We each have unique qualities. We're not all good at the same things. Some people are good at talking in public. Some people are good at linguistics. Some people are good at creating. Some people are good at, so it's very important to find what you're good at so that you can focus your energy into improving what you're good at and be able to do that with confidence. Also just embrace and recognize your unique self, because if you know what where your strengths lies, you're basically able to just be confident. You know what I mean? Like you can walk into a room and if somebody says, can anybody do XYZ, you can confidently say, yes, I can do it. Do you know what I mean? So it's just always very important to know that and not to rely on people to remind you what your strengths are. Fair enough, it is very good for people to remind you to do that, but you fully knowing that within yourself that this is what I'm good at, and if I were to showcase what I'm good at, I will do it without thinking twice. It also helps you to stay motivated and also be confident, like I mentioned before. So if you know what your strengths are, you're going to know how to take on a task, or how to go on about a goal or your day or something like that, because you know that, okay, I'm good at this, so I can give myself this amount of time, or I can definitely do this without question. Also, knowing your strengths can actually help you to challenge yourself, because if you know you're good at something, you can challenge yourself. It can push you further and motivate you to like try and see like, okay, I'm good at this, so let me try and see if I can do something even better, or if I can do this better. So it will keep you with that drive of wanting to learn and wanting to improve your strengths. I think when I was reading and doing personal research, because again, I don't want to just come and tell you guys you have to do this, you have to do that. I personally have to understand what I'm talking about. So when I was doing the research on knowing your strengths and stuff, I realized that, which even when I was doing my own personal reflection, I realized that it's somehow wrong, not wrong, but a little bit hard to pinpoint the things you're good at, because it sounds like you're tooting your own horn, but that's not the case. You need to be able to recognize what you're good at in order to help yourself stay motivated, in order to help yourself be confident, because then knowing you're good at something in the most humbling way possible will help you strive. It will help you go forward. It will help you, like, keep you motivated and stuff like that. So just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you need to shove it up everybody's face and then you need to like show off and be arrogant about it. That's not the case or the purpose of this journey. It's just to understand who you are, know your strengths and your weaknesses. In terms of your weaknesses are the things that hold you back. So the things you're not exactly the greatest at, and those are the things like that hold you back. I personally look at doubt as one of my weaknesses. I think that sometimes I doubt my abilities, that because I'm doubting my abilities so much, it will literally discourage me to do something I want to do because I'm doubting myself. So doubt is definitely one of my weaknesses. Sometimes, not always. When I know it's something that I'm good at, I'm not going to doubt myself. But then when it's something a little bit more challenging, I tend to doubt myself because I start questioning and stuff like that. Those are the kind of doubts that you need to find a way to break those things from stopping you to achieve certain things in life. So your weaknesses shouldn't be something that you spend too much time on, because it can be draining. It will lower your self-esteem, it will lower your self-confidence and stuff like your strength. You should spend a lot of time on your strength. You should spend a lot of time trying to study your strength, to understand your strength, to improve your strength. In terms of your weaknesses, you need to find ways to tackle them down, that they don't really they don't affect you so much because you're spending so much time concentrating on your weaknesses. So you need to find a way to overcome them from holding you back, because that's basically all weaknesses do. They basically hold you back because you don't feel good enough. So yeah, the reason why you should do these I feel like these self-reflections are important because it helps you to know your potential. If you know your strength, you're able to know your potential and the things you're capable of. If you know your weaknesses, you're able to see where you could potentially improve yourself. You could potentially allow yourself to learn. You could potentially be open to learning something and to improving your weaknesses, not dwelling in your weaknesses, but finding ways to overcome them from holding you back at all times. So what we're gonna do this time, new page here, and at the top I've got self-reflection, I've got strengths, I've got weaknesses, and I've got solutions at the bottom. So we're gonna write down our strengths, we're gonna write down our weaknesses, and then solutions. The strength is what are my strengths and how can I improve my strength? Weaknesses, what are my weaknesses and how can I find ways not to dwell in my weaknesses to stop me from achieving things I need to achieve. And obviously those are the solutions. So you find whether it's this is my weakness, like I said, doubt is my weakness, doubt myself less, that is a solution. Try and find ways, like whenever I'm in a situation where I find myself doubting because I don't feel too confident about something, I shouldn't dwell in that space of doubt. I should try, at least give it a try. Yeah, so this is what I would encourage everybody. In terms of your weaknesses, if you know and you're well aware of your weaknesses, give it a try to find a solution to turn it into a strength in one way or another. We're never going to be good at everything, but what I don't want us to do is to dwell into our weaknesses and how we're not good enough, we can't do this, we can't do that. So sort of like find a balance that your weaknesses don't push you down, pull you down every single time and hold you back from achieving a lot of things like doubt, fear, just a lot of these like weaknesses. So yeah, that's all. Again, I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible. I don't want to make them too long. So that is going to be today's video, self-reflections. Take some time to think about it and write them down, and who knows, in a couple of months you could have written down something that was your weakness, and then you found a solution and started practicing that solution, and then it turned out to be better. So yeah, that's all I had for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to press that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below so that I can greet and welcome you, and I will see you in my next video.